everyone. Welcome to Lambda Test Spartan Summit 2025. I am Sabi Jaiswal, and today we're tackling a topic that's becoming increasingly important: chatbot accuracy. Chatbots are everywhere, but how do we really know if they're doing their job right? That's where Arun Kumar Kumaraswamy comes in. As lead SDET at Freshworks, he has been deep in the trenches of AI driven testing. Today, he's here to break down the matrix and methodologies that'll help us measure chatbot performance with precision. But before I hand over the stage, we're also running a social media contest that I would like all of you to know. Use the hashtag Spartan Summit and share your learnings on social media platform, and three winners will be rewarded with the vouchers. Also, please drop your thoughts in the chat and use the reaction emojis to show some love to our speaker. And stay tuned for the Q&A session and drop some questions if you have. Arun, now I hand over the session to you.
Thank you, Sabi. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So good evening, all. So I think like you might be very curious about the sessions, so, like the upcoming sessions and the current sessions and the past sessions. Yeah. So today, okay, let me give a quick intro about me. So my name is Arun. So I have been a QA nearing for a decade. So in couple of months. So predominantly with automation testing, in web and UI, a little bit of mobile. But recently, right, like I was working with AI and chatbot testing for the past 1.5 years. So like which makes me to learn new things in testing the chatbots and AI. Yeah. So this is about me. So and this is my first Lambda Test Spartan Summit conference. So where I'm presenting. So so today, like I wanted to share some of my learnings about like how can you measure the accuracy for a chatbot, and what are the benchmarks and what are the sample use cases, and along with an automation framework which I have created for my learning purpose. So yeah, so let me get started. So let me quickly share my screen. So like okay, so let me tell you, so this would be a mix of theoretical and practical, so that I can take equal amount of time for theory as well as practical actually. So because when I was preparing the content, right, like I wanted to cover up all the accuracy metrics that is very important for measuring the chatbot's accuracy. So I have some things which I will go with examples, and some things which I will go with some metrics as well. Yeah. So let me quickly share my screen so that like we can jump into the presentation. Yeah. So everyone can able to see my screen, right? Okay. Yeah. So let me quickly go through this. So like today we are going to see about the how what are the what are the accuracy metrics which certifies your chatbot as an accurate chatbot which provides a response. So yeah. So yeah, this is about me. So like currently I'm working with Freshworks as lead estate. So yeah, with AI and ML, AI and chatbots actually. So this is the agenda. So agenda will be very short. So like what is chatbot accuracy, and what are the metrics we can cover as part of accuracy testing for a chatbot, and how can you create an own accuracy framework. So there might be multiple ideas. So but this is one pure learning from my end. So like I will just share you other insights about how can you create an accuracy framework. Yeah. Okay, so any idea like what is chatbot, and like how can you why accuracy is very important for chatbot? So maybe you can post your answers. So if you have any idea, can you post your answers or thoughts in the chat chat group? Okay, relevant data set. Anything else? Okay. So apart from data set, like you want, do you have any thoughts on like how you can measure the accuracy, ease of use? Okay, so that is also valid. Okay, so depends upon the task of the chatbot, user experience, context, exactly, context and query matching. Okay, so like I think most of us have answered. So like, so the major goal for doing an accuracy chatbot would be the meaningful interactions. So that means like if you're asking a query, so your chatbot should answer in a meaningful way. So either it can retrieve it from your uploaded data or like uploaded files or from your db, or if it could not able to retrieve some data, that particular response also should be in a meaningful manner. It can be a kind of fallback, or it can be a kind of assigning to human interactions, so those kind of things. So this is the major uh, key for a smarter conversation from a chatbot. So that is what like I have given. So why accuracy matters? So it boosts the customer satisfaction. So customer satisfaction in the sense like as a customer, like if I'm interacting with your chatbot, so it should give me a meaningful answer. And also like it should reduce the escalation to human agents actually. So the main motto of chatbot is to reduce the escalation to human agents. Like each and every time if you ask a question, and if your chatbot is not able to respond it properly and it is going for human agent, right, then again it would be a tiresome and manual work actually. And also like it should enhance your operational efficiency. Yeah, so these are the key aspects of a smarter chatbot conversation. Yeah. So, okay, so let me jump to the next one. Okay, chatbot accuracy metrics. So, what are the chatbot accuracy metrics you can able to think about? Like, what are the metrics you can able to think about? Your chatbot is accurate for a production or for a customer. So, do you have like you can post your thoughts here? Okay, hallucinations. Yeah. So hallucinations is one of the major drawback. We should always handle hallucinations. So it should not hallucinate frequently. Or my opinion is it should not hallucinate actually. So either it should be a proper response or it should be a fallback. So any ideas on like what are the available metrics in the market? So we are trying to find the accuracy of a chatbot. Okay, response should be related to the query. So this is also one uh, major aspect of chatbot. So it should be relevant to the query, and also the relevancy also should be matching with whatever the data set you have trained with the chatbot. Okay, so number of right responses, how often a chatbot successfully completes its core goals. Okay, anything else? Yeah. Okay, so let me show you. So what is a chatbot accuracy? So this is what like we have already discussed. So it should understand the user input where we have saw, right, like it should always respond with the related to the query. So it also should deal with knowledge database actually, not only with the queries which you have trained, but also from the data set like files or urls or q&as. So that also it should be it should try to retrieve, it should always try retrieve the answers for that. And then like as usual, like high accuracy means the chatbot successfully meets the user expectations. And then like accuracy measurement is for improving the satisfaction, building trust and overall functionality. And also one more thing like I wanted to share was, so it's always good to improve your data set, even though like if you are having a data set which gives you an accurate which gives you a good accuracy, right, for a chatbot, it would be a good practice or best, but it would be a best practice if you always maintain your data set frequently. Yeah. So these are some metrics. These are some metrics like which came into my mind. So whichever in green, right, like that is what we are going to see today. Whichever in orange, right, like I haven't covered that. So one is the NLU metrics, then conversation metrics, response quality metrics, UX metrics, perplexity score, content retention, response variability, fallback rate, redirection rate, sentiment alignment, and emotional accuracy. So these are some basic metrics which we would always will be considering the accuracy for a chatbot. Apart from that, there are many other metrics like summarization, GEVAL, and then like there are many other metrics. But the main thing is like these are the some of the major basic metrics we would be considering as part of chatbot accuracy. So response time, it comes as accuracy and as well as for the performance testing. Okay, intent prediction, which comes under natural language understanding metrics, and check the tone of response. So it mostly comes under emotional or sentiment analysis actually. Okay, so let me start off with the natural language metrics. Okay, so what is natural language understanding? So natural language understanding is nothing but it's a kind of a like how we interact, right? So that is what like how we interact with each other. So that is what a natural language. So this is if you commit with if you go combine with chatbot, right? So there are some metrics, so which is intent recognition, entity extraction, perplexity score, word error rate, and out of scope detection. So intent recognition is nothing but like how an intent has been identified by a chatbot. So intent is nothing but uh, it can be a part of a user query, part of the user query which we are sending it to the chatbot and how it responds. Entity extraction is nothing but like how a chatbot can understand and extract some of the key data aspects like name, location, address, email ID, phone number. So nothing. Perplexity score is a kind where how how well the chatbot predicts the next word. Word error rate is like so it always recognizes for the errors in the words. Let's say like if you are giving some word with a misspelled word, so how your chatbot responds, whether it understands and gives you a proper response, or if it goes with some fallback, or if it fails to respond to that. And out of scope detection is nothing but unknown inputs. Let's say like you have uploaded a file related to some holiday package, but you are asking some query about your bike or car details, right? So in that case, how your chatbot responds, it whether it is going for failures, or whether it is going for some human interactions, or whether it is going for the fallback. So this is how the out of scope detection works. So these are some basic NLU metrics which we can cover as part of chatbot's accuracy. Yeah. So I will move on to the explanations. So intent recognition. So intent recognition is nothing but like how many like how chatbot correctly identifies a user intent. So user intent can be anything, like it can be a part of a word or combination of words which you have trained about the chatbot. So like this is some key aspects and benchmarking. So like always it should be high accuracy, so it should improve your user experiences, and it can also enhance your automation. So always we need to see for smarter intent recognition, which is always the better chatbot conversations. So I will jump on to the yeah. So this is how, so for example, let's say like you are going to ask a question about like about a book. So here the author name would be so sorry. So if you're going to ask some question about the book which you have trained already, so the here the intent can be anything which is part of that part of that data which you have trained. So about the author or about the publications or uh, about the versions whichever you have trained, right? It can be it it is not at all, it is not about always giving you giving a exact question to the chatbot, but instead you can rephrase your words and form an intent, and then you can try to get response from your chatbots. So this is the formula for doing the intent recognition accuracy. So like total intents, sorry, correct number of intents divided by total intents into 100. So next is the entity extraction accuracy. So which is nothing but like I have already told, right? Like about retrieving some of the data points from the data points like name, phone number, email, location, and then address. So those kind of things. So some of the key metrics of entity extraction would be precision, recall, F1 score, entity type coverage, and contextual accuracy. So precision is nothing but like how many times the entities are extracted correct. Recall is nothing but like how many times the actual entities were extracted. F1 score is like kind of a balanced measure of accuracy. And then entity type coverage is nothing but like your chatbot covers all the expected entities. And contextual accuracy, so you have uploaded some document, and then like your chatbot understands that document and provides your response. That is what contextual accuracy. So you don't worry about this, like I can show you a demo in automation on how precision and entities and intent recognition are getting covered. So any questions till now, or any thoughts like I might have missed out? And if you have any thoughts, right, like you can just post your thoughts in the chat group. Okay, let me move on to the next one. Okay, so next one would be the perplexity score. So any idea on like what is perplexity score, and then you can uh, about perplexity score. Okay, so it's nothing but like how well a chatbot predicts the next word in the conversation. So that means like how, like let let's assume like we are interacting each other, like and then like how well I am understanding what you are telling to me and how I'm reacting to that. So that is what the perplexity score deals with. So it is always better that the perplexity score should be lower, so that like it can always understand and generate human like responses. So like this is the formula for calculating the perplexity score, and we have some ideal benchmarking. So for human conversation, the perplexity score is approximately like 10. So where y means like we are good at predicting the words in the context, and we are fluent in conversations and making perfect senses. So if you take some chatbot like GPT 4 or 4o, right? So its perplexity lies between 20 to 40, because like it mostly comes with some natural responses as well. And whenever your perplexity is greater than 100, then it is a poor chatbot which fails to predict the words correctly, and then it may lead you in providing some uh, unintended responses. This is what a perplexity score deals with the accuracy in chatbot. So that means always like when you are considering perplexity score for your accuracy metrics, make sure it is very low. So if it is very low, right, then you can say your chatbot is good in communicating or good in responding the responses to you in a proper way. So this is what a perplexity score deals with. So one example like I have given, so like if I wanted to book a flight to New York, so like it the good chatbot with low perplexity, right? So it always predicts a word which is related to Monday or like next Monday or next month, similar kind of thing. And like if you wanted, like if it is a kind of higher perplexity, right, then it will always some have some random data, like if you see, right, so it can provide you some kind of random data. So this mostly deals with chatbot which completes the sentences actually. So perplexity score which always deals with a chatbot which complete. So we have some chatbots, right, which complete auto completes the sentences, like, so there you can check perplexity as an accuracy for this. So this is one real time example. Let's say like you have some text area. So where when you start typing something, right, like let's say like if you use Gmail, right, like in mobile or mobile version or in desktop version, if you are trying to reply to a mail, right, it will automatically tries to auto populate some words, right. So that is where you can measure your perplexity of your chatbot or AI there. So next, I wanted to share some conversational metrics. So conversational metrics, right? It was very quite high. Like I was creating with more content, but due to like if the content is more, right, like then like it would be boring. So I came up with some tabular data. So where these are the conversational metrics, and this is the formula, and how what is the good score and what is the poor score with some examples. So dialogue success rate is like kind of same, like if you see here, right, so if I wanted to book a flight, so next it should tries to complete the dialogue, so complete that particular thing, whether what date or what time, similar kind of thing. Turn accuracy, so turn accuracy is nothing but like if you are asking some question, uh, for that question how your chatbot is responding the question and answer, general question and answers. So confusion rate is nothing but, so like if you are asking something and about a feature or about a variant about a car, and if it is trained, right, like it should give about that particular query whatever you have given. So instead like it should not say like it needs more details or something, like whatever some negative responses. Multi-turn completion is nothing but, uh, let's say like you have started for asking for flight booking, and it asks you date and location between locations, and then again like it should suggest some hotels in location and you wanted to book it. That means you have already entered a location like from Chennai to Paris, and based upon that like it is showing you some hotel reservation in Paris. So it should not uh, forget about what the previous conversations. So that is what multi-turn completion. And context retention is like always like you have like we have discussed earlier, right? So like when you are going to book like if you are same, let's take the same example, and you have reached Paris, you have booked a hotel, and you wanted to find out some restaurants. So it should always try to it should always try to remember, like based upon the previous conversations, like what are the available questions or what are the available inputs user is giving. Based upon that, like it should provide you the answers. So this is what a conversational flow method, that it is nothing but, so whatever you are asking to a chatbot, that should be a proper response. Either it can be trained from your data set or it can be a trained model from your end. So based upon that, like it should give you a proper response on that. For that, this is what a conversational metric flows comes in. So next is the response quality metrics. So response quality metrics is nothing but like uh, how engaging and how accurate your responses are there. So that's what we are going to see in response quality metrics. Quality metrics. So I have there are four five metrics we are going to cover here. So one is semantic similarity, human evaluation, response variability score, sentiment alignment, and emotional detection. So semantic similarity. So what is semantic similarity? So any idea on what is semantic similarity? Okay. So semantic similarity is nothing but like whatever your chatbot is responding, right? It should be an ideal match of our expected response. So let's say like I'm asking what is capital of Paris, France, and you have some expected response, right? Capital of France is Paris. So that is your expected response from your chatbot, and whatever the chatbot response, right, respond back, right, that should be an ideal match. So this is what a semantic similarity deals with accuracy. So it's always higher similarity would be a better chatbot. If you remember perplexity score, it should be always low, but semantic similarity it should be always high. So that means it should be more than 85% or 90% based upon like whatever the benchmark we are performing. So like it means like it provides you a close human like responses. And if your chatbot is from 70 to 85, then it would be sometimes on and off the topic, and if it is less than 70, then it might always give you some incorrect or irrelevant answers. So next would be the human evaluation. So human evaluation is nothing but how can you rate a chatbot from feedback. So if you have better ratings, then your chatbot is a smarter chatbot. So like mostly you might know, right? Like whenever you are going with any uh, uh, chatbot, sorry, any assisted support, right? So after each and every after conversations, you will be asking for feedbacks. So from this also, like you can get some accuracy metrics for your chatbot, like how well your chatbot is behaving based upon the feedback. So next is the response variability score. So it is nothing but it measures how often the chatbot varies its responses for the same Q&A. So let's say like you are asking one question for multiple n number of times. For the n number of times, it should give a relevant answer in different phrases. So let's say like let's take chat gpt. So you are asking a question like how to assert a dynamic table in selenium. So initially it might be giving you one solution. So if you wanted, like if you are asking the same question in different same question again, right? So it may fine tune the phrases, whatever sentences it has added. So that's what like more variety would be like more engaging conversations within the chatbot. So and also like when you try to benchmark this for your accuracy, right? So it should be always more than 80%. There should be unique responses. That means your chatbot is an engaging chatbot. And repetitive means the same answer again and again. If it is giving, you are asking a question, but it gives the same answer, right? Then it should be like repetitive chatbot, which is around 50 to 80%. And del chatbot is like less than 50%. Let's say like you are asking the same question 10 times and it gives different answer two times, and engaging answers other eight times, right? Then it is very low, 20%, right? So it is a dull chatbot. Next is the sentiment analysis. So sentiment alignment is nothing but how your chatbot matches the user's emotions or user's mood, and how friendly your chatbot is responding, how how empathetically it responds to your questions. So it's moreover a kind of uh, uh, checking the empathetic way the chatbot is responding to your queries. So same like we are going to see nine, if it is greater than 90, then it is matching with sentiments. So somewhat aligned would be like 70 to 90, and insensitive. So like randomly it throws some words or something, right? Then it is a insensitive chatbot. So next one would be the emotion detection. So emotion detection and sentiment would be more similar kind of thing. So like how emotionally your chatbot interacts, understand the emotions. Let's say like you are setting some context for your chatbot to respond with good morning every time if the user asks a query for the first time. So then like it should go with that particular context, and it should respond with good morning every time. So that is what you can detect the emotion, or you can see how your chatbot is getting understands the emotions in the better way. So better accuracy is always equal to more like human interactions. So similarly, like most of 80 intelligent, emotionally intelligence means 85% more than. So the final takeaway from this metrics, response quality metrics, is like uh, it should give accurate and varied responses. It should always understand user emotions and respond appropriately, and there should be always an engaging and natural conversations. So that is what the final takeaway for response quality metrics we wanted to consider. So any questions till now? Okay, so let me, since we are running out of time, let me move on to the next one. So next one would be the error handling and recovery metrics. So like this, the name itself, like you might have getting some thoughts about how how fairly your chatbot handles the errors, and how fairly, if it fails, how fairly it recovers. So that is what this particular metrics deals with. So one is failure recognition rate. So like if, for example, let's say like if you have uploaded you have trained your model to respond for different car models alone, but you are going to ask something about bikes. So in this case, the chatbot has been trained with bike cars only, but you are going to ask with bike related queries, right? So in this case, it should not fail actually. So it should always give you some fallback or some recovery mechanisms, like it can assign to an agent, or it can ask you for upload some documents to get trained, similar kind of thing. So always failure and error handling and recovery metrics, right? So it should, what is the final takeaway here would be, so whenever the chatbot does not understand anything, right? So it should provide a proper fallback, or it should guide the users to backtrack on what it actually understands and what it responds. And then like it should not go and stuck anywhere, or it should not stop conversing. So those kind of things should be handled in error handling and recovery metrics. So mostly, right, like if you most probably what would happen if the chatbot is not understanding anything, right? Either it can give you a fallback, or it can transfer the conversation to some human agents, or human interactions might happen. Or it can say like, hey, like this is what I have trained, if you have any questions you can ask about this. So similar kind of things should be handled, and similar kind of responses should be given by your chatbot. So this is what like you can handle in failure recognition rate. Like there are many things, but like I wanted to cover only failure recognition rate alone. Okay. So next, like I wanted to share some advanced chatbot metrics, so which always measures the intelligence, adaptability, and user experience. So these are some advanced chatbot metrics. So where it covers the user experience and operational experiences as well. So one is CSAT, so which is nothing but the feedbacks, NPS, retention rate, engagement and abandon rate, task completion rate, response time, escalation rate, cost savings, and revenue contribution rate. So there are some evaluation techniques which you can follow for detecting the accuracy for your chatbot. So one is confusion analysis matrix, so which is always deals with some missed intents to improve your that means like you there might be some intents we might have missed as part of our data set, so that you wanted to improve it from your improve for the accuracy of the chatbot. And then cross validations, which is nothing but like splitting the test training data and testing the chatbot with different sets of data. And A B testing is nothing but you have one version currently, you might have running one version, and you might have running in your pre-prod, and you wanted to your production might have one version of chatbot. So you wanted to test two different versions of chat, you made some changes, or you fine-tuned your prompt, so you wanted to you wanted to test the changes, right? So in this case, like A B testing would be helpful. So mostly like we would be performing A B testing for chatbots. So you have current version and deployed version. So both the things, like we'll be running the accuracy and seeing, and we'll be checking out like how the accuracy is improved in the current version, or how dip, how much percentage dip we have it in our current version. So this is what A/B testing deals with. And sentiment and emotional analysis, as usual, like you can provide some, which I told, right? You can set some context, like always greet the user. So and then you can find out when you're trying to converse with the chatbot, right? You can try to find out like how it is responding. And then robustness testing is nothing but you can check with multiple languages and typos and complex queries, like if you have some misspelled word, how robust your chatbot is on responding to those queries. So these are some evaluation techniques which you can manually perform on accuracy. Any questions till now? Okay, so the so there are many benchmarking standards, but these are some basic benchmarking standards like you wanted to see when you are going to test a chatbot. So benchmarking standards are many, like there can be multiple things. So like somewhere, like I might have mentioned 80, but in some chatbots, right, like they might have expecting 95%. So the benchmarking can differ, but whatever I have given is the average benchmarking standards for good chatbot, average chatbot, and poor chatbot. So these are the some average chatbots here. Yeah. So, like, what are the strategies you can try improving a chatbot? So, you can regularly train and update your chatbot on the data set, and your models, and you can get some feedback loops, like by getting some user feedbacks. You can again fine tune your models. Context management, how you are maintaining the context for your chatbot, and how frequently like you are updating it. So there should not be any outdated content for your chatbot. So how you are going to handle that. And error handling and personalization technique is nothing but, so like you can provide some feature to user to personalize their chatbots based upon their requirements. So these are also a strategy to improve the accuracy for a chatbot. Yeah, so conclusion, so like I have just summarized about uh, like what is the how a high performing chatbot and what are the things. So yeah, high performing chatbot is a better UX and a business impact, and time to market is also would be good. And then like accurate responses, if you give an accurate response, users might be satisfied. So if you are providing a faster chatbot, then it might be a seamless conversation. So context aware chatbot, it's more a kind of engaging interactions. Empathic chatbot, it's kind of trust building, so your data is secured. Personalized replies, so that like it provides you an improved user satisfaction. Low response time, it's always a high engagement. If you are responding quickly, right, like user would be engaging, have high engagement with the chatbot. Sentiment detection, natural conversations. Retention, it's stronger user loyalty. Robust chatbot, like you will get fewer escalations to agents. And then improved accuracy, it's always a smoother experience. So conversational AI, deleted users. Adaptive learning, which is always a smarter chatbot over time. So, and well designed fallback, that means the error and handling mechanism, that means you have a frustration free experience. Intuitive chatbots is like effortless interactions, it's nothing but, so instead of providing inputs, you can have some graphical interactions like clicking on buttons, providing some images or those kind of things. And advanced AI is always like a human like conversation, so you can always expect a human like conversation from an advanced AI model. Yeah, so this is quick overview of how can you create an own accuracy framework. So like you should always define your key metrics. So what are the metrics you are going to consider as part of accuracy for your chatbot, and whether that metric supports to the language you are going to use. So let's say like Python supports your accuracy metrics definitions. TypeScript also now TypeScript is also providing way to create your own accuracy metrics. And then next would be the collecting and making your data set. So that is what.
Arun,
Yeah.
hi. We're left with like last 3 minutes, so I was thinking it would
Sure.
be easy. We
Yes.
can wrap this session and pick some Q&A as well.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So,
So next is like continuous training about your models, and then you wanted to test and validate. So improve and monitor. You can always monitor and improve your test data set. Then tool and language selection. So one particular example what I have tried was, so LM Studio is an open source tool which provides some models which you can import it locally, and you have an extension with TypeScript also to import the models locally. And then like if you are going with OpenAI, right, or Azure endpoints, right, like you can always go with Python, so which has a good support. And also like if you are going with LM Studio and TypeScript, right, like now Playwright is providing a way to do your accuracy testing. So maybe like I can quickly go into the framework, so which I have created. So this is a normal Playwright TypeScript accuracy framework. So like these are the packages you wanted to install. So Playwright package, and then Node package, and Allure Playwright, and then TypeScript transformers for calculating your semantic similarity, perplexity, and all. Axios for interacting the LM Studio models APIs. So CLD3 are with language detection, and compromise are also for finding the cosine similarity, and then Frank and all. Yeah. So LM Studio is, it would be like this. So you can always select your models, you can download your models. So for this demo, right, like I would always I am preferring some Llama index model. So I'll just show you the framework structure. So in SRC, like I have models, so which is a client for configuring the let me share.
Arun, I'm sorry to cut in between, but we're really running out of time. It's just 1 minute left. So,
Okay,
yeah.
so I'll just wrap quickly. So
Yeah, so probably we can't pick up the Q&A right now. However, I would request we would be sharing the Q&A with you and you can probably answer those.
yeah, sure. So
Yeah,
maybe I'll
so
just quickly wrap up this part. So this is how you can interact with your LM Studio local model. So like I have configured my model, my this is my endpoint, and this is my model, and I have given the timeout. So this is how the LM Studio request API looks like. So your role will be user, and you are going to provide some answers here. So and then like these are some metrics you can, somebody was asking, right, so how can you calculate the intent accuracy, entity accuracy, exact match, and these are some NLP metrics. So calculating the perplexity score, calculating the semantic similarity, knowledge retention, so intent classifications, and then extracting the intent. So most of the things I have hard coded because like I have set up a simple data set. So I have hard coded those things, answer relevancy. So this is my
yeah.
data set actually. So I have covered it, and this is how like you can set up your test case with Playwright. So I have given a JSON with input expected, and then intent and entities, and then like this is how you can call your models. Sorry, call your metrics to detect the measure your accuracy. Like for similarity score, I have given like it should be greater than zero point 0.5. So for like matches, right, at least one match, right, for entities, like I have given at least one match should be there. So perplexity score, right, like it should be like, since this model is providing greater perplexity, so I have given
Arun,
90.
I am really sorry. We're actually run out of the time. We have next session to hop on.
Okay.
So I'm really sorry here. And it was a really interesting session. And probably we can share the questions, and whatever questions all of you have, you can drop in here and Arun can answer that. And uh, thank you for this incredible session and joining us today. And I think it has really helped our audience to understand in chatbot and Also, I just want to sensitize all of you about the social media contest we are having. Keep participating and keep watching the more sessions. Thank you, Arun, so much for joining us.
Yeah, thank you.